Okay, good morning, Alexandra. Just to remind,
Morning. Good morning, Pavel.
I'm from Pavel from Ripsonar News. Today we have the opportunity to continue our conversation from couple of days before that we visited you in your hometown.
Yeah, thank
Uh,
you. It was great. And it was actually not a couple of days ago. It's like a couple of weeks ago.
right,
But time, everything
flies.
happened so quickly. So I can
Yeah.
understand. Yeah.
So to catch up on the topics, what are the? Would you like to continue to talk about your history a little bit?
Yeah, I can do that. We talk about that in Sweden as a private person. I I was like I have seen a trial, 4 days trial, 2012, that the judge lied and it was set up, and it has opened my eyes really.
Hmm.
And after that I have stopped working as a medical doctor. I am neurologist and psychiatrist. And then I was here in Czech Republic, and it was I believe 27th of February 2013, and I have found an article, and the link to this article was about criminality of secret service in Great Britain, MI5, MI6.
Hmm.
I haven't even noticed it. I have sent the article to Czech television without even reading about that, what was in the link. And it was about that MI5, the chief, is working with terrorism, and the chief of MI6 that time was a specialist in overthrowing of foreign government. I had sent this link together with a short message to Czech television, 27th of February 2013, and attack on my computer started for the first time. I have no idea about New World Order, Illuminati, or that they
Hmm.
are in a very like specific time for them. They have prepared everything, New World Order, and 2013 the extermination cascade would start. And
Okay.
I have sent this to Czech television, and they didn't want to have any attention. They are doing all this criminality in in the background so that we would know that the secret service guy are not working with safety.
Okay.
And what happened, that they have attacked my computer heavily, shut down. I couldn't send the message, so I understood there is something wrong, and I don't know why. It's just an article I have found and sent something about it to Czech television. And the day after, people are calling me from Sweden. English speaking men are asking about where you are, and I understood that it's the Secret Service guy
Hmm.
from Britain, and I understood it all. They want to kill me. And then I have tried to send this article further during the weekend. My computer was attacked. It was like shut down, and I found out that Gmail address was somehow that you couldn't. They attacked it so that you couldn't even send my emails. So
Incredible.
then on Monday, uh, they did DDoS attacks on media from Great Britain via Russia, via
Yes.
Service Russia. Then the day after, Seznam, which is like MSN.com. Then third day on banks, and fourth day some of the mobile phone network. And
Hmm.
because I don't watch Czech TV or don't listen to Czech radio. So on Wednesday afternoon, I found out from my cousin that they are doing DDoS attacks, the hackers. So that I knew that it's Secret Service in Great Britain or the Western who are attacking these countries, like it's cyber attacks. And when I have sent the information to the police and Czech television and authorities that would work for Czech people, they covered it up. They stopped talking about it suddenly. So I understood that the Secret Service in Czech Republic and police are against the people. They take our money for like salaries, but they work for somebody else, obviously, because they didn't send to Great Britain that you have to pay for this. You are our enemy.
Okay, so you are implying that the secret service, along with the police, it's working against the Czech people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, that's amazing.
This is absolutely criminal from the police and Secret Service here and military to be on the side of Great Britain's Secret Service. I have no idea about New World Order Illuminati. I have just tried to ask, try to learn. Then there was in South Korea, they had these war training with US military, these exercises.
Yes.
And I saw the whole picture that they are trying to attack North Korea and start like plunder them, take their assets, and start the third World War. And they have done also DDoS attacks on both South Korea and North Korea. It's like March 2013 in order to provoke conflict. And it was from Chinese servers, but it was the same bad guys. Like you could see that it's Western Secret Service.
Okay, so the Western Secret Service used used Chinese, sorry, not Czech.
Chinese server.
Just
so that
make it look like it's the Chinese are trying to start the war, right?
Yeah, and I wanted to write about it. They have attacked my computer, so I could send from my computer via Gmail address only one email. Then it was totally blocked. In my Gmail, on the message was like huge pink rectangle, and I couldn't send it. It was like immediately they stole my emails, even from organization like and it's a human rights organization in Sweden. So they have stolen my emails from them.
Yes.
They did, and then disappeared. And because I saw that they are trying to start World War III with this thing with Korea, so I did so that I went to a copy shop there. I could send a fax message about it instead, because they were blocking my email. So I could send this fax message from them to Korea, to both South, and that they are trying to provoke the conflict. I didn't know that South Korea, their authorities are together with the bad guy. But anyway, I have tried to send it, and from one copy shop, and it didn't work. And they told me it never happened before. Really, it never happened. Always we can send it. We do it the same way, but this it wasn't possible. So I understood that somebody might attack us from Secret Service, so that I couldn't send it. So they told me, we have in another part of this town, you can go there and they will send it from there. So I walked. Of course, I was on cameras for these bad guys. And when I came there, they told me, we don't do it this way. We cannot send the message the way how they do it, but we usually do it, that you can buy external memory stick, we will do it for you, and then we send it, and always it works. Okay, we were successful to send one message to some person, then it was cut, destroyed. So I
Amazing.
knew it was impossible twice. So I knew that the people who are watching us, me, walking to another place and destroy the memory stick, they are trying to provoke Third World War. And so from being a medical doctor in Sweden, running, walking in the woods without feeling any like insecurity, suddenly I understand that there are Secret Service guys in Great Britain who want to kill me. I knew suddenly, and it's not about only me, anybody else who would open mouth. And I knew when I walked there from one place to another that those who are watching us are bad guys who want to provoke Third World War. And it's March 2013. It's back then, and it was no doubt in my mind. And I'm psychiatrist, and I checked up who is the boss of MI5 by that time. I saw his face, Jonathan Evans. I saw the reputation about him in this article, terrorist. I saw that as a psychiatrist, this man's personality is so that he should be in the high-level security prison. He's dangerous, absolutely dangerous terrorist. He's extremist, absolutely extremist, who is during the time. Then I continue to watch these Secret Service guys, these people who are the real criminals. So I found another one quite quickly, who was the chief of FBI when Twin Towers went down.
Okay, at that time, okay, right.
Robert Miller.
Yes, I recall that, right.
Yeah. And this Jonathan Evans, who was MI5 chief then, back then, I saw clearly as a psychiatrist, this man is dangerous. If I would be with him in for evaluation for his crime, if he will go to prison or to psychiatrist, what we usually do when we get in, when the criminals get in, of course he would go, you can see, directly to prison. You can see it. He can take, he's not psychotic why he does the terrorism.
Okay.
He is a criminal. So if I would meet him in the high security forensic psychiatry ward or evaluation, so I would have around me like security, all these people who are there to give us medical doctors security. Now here is a chief of MI5 who should be there in the prison, who is terrorist, who is terrorizing and has been terrorizing in decades. It's described that he was in Northern Ireland doing these provocations.
Okay, yes.
So this man is deeply criminal mind and dangerous. So I was watching him, what is happening, and he retired from MI5 on Sunday before Boston.
Before Boston bombing, right?
And when I was watching the Boston marathon bombing, I saw directly this man is probably he's probably working with this. Because
Incredible.
it was the same people he took in organization, you know. So I believe he was in United States. He finished that Sunday and went to Boston. And what happened, it was that Actually, Boston, they were not planning the Tsarnaev brothers.
Mm-hmm.
They were planning, I am almost sure, they were planning to use them as patties on the secret, top secret Operation Independence Day of 4th of July on the 13th. That never happened. It was
Okay.
not. But these two were planned for that, so that it's why we can see it that it's
Mm-hmm.
false flag, because they are Photoshop. The photoshopping is so bad. They were not planning them still to use them still when the Boston bombing occurred.
Mm-hmm.
And I have written facts again that Jonathan Evans is when the Boston bombing happened, that
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan Evans is probably there and he is working with this false flag in Boston.
Yes.
And what happened that again attacked. I couldn't send more. It was early in the morning, I believe 8 in the morning.
Yes.
I have sent it after the Boston bombing.
Yes.
So it's the day after, and they were attacking it, of course. And I believe then, when they found out that the first of my emails went to ZDF, German television.
Okay. ZDF. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
I know it.
So they probably believe, oh, we have to do something big, because I believe they wanted to accuse Tea Party for the Boston bombing or so
Okay. Okay.
somehow. But suddenly they have to found something else, and they have done one mistake after the other. Then they picked the Tsarnaev's brothers
Mm-hmm.
suddenly, and because they were not prepared to use them, it's why you can see so many mistakes, so many photoshopping, because they were not planning this 1/2 a year before that they will use them.
Okay. So it was made up just last minute, so to
Yeah,
say.
it was, I believe it was the day after they did it, and we are in Europe. I remember I was there at 8 o'clock in the morning, and they at 9 o'clock I couldn't send more emails. So between 8 o'clock in the morning here in Europe, which means it must be at least one day after the bombing. So I
Mm-hmm.
sent this, and from that time they have to pick up the Tsarnaev brothers do something quickly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's why you see it, and then you see one thing after the other, because they are more scatterbrained and I am attacking them. I
Yeah.
didn't know. I understood suddenly. I had more time. All my time went for to check what is this, because I can see from United States that we will have civil war, and if you watch TV here, civil war in United States, how come? Like, so I understood there is something really, really bad going on. They are going to have a civil war there. I understood that, but I couldn't talk with anybody about it. People were sleeping mostly by then. They are
Okay.
sleeping
Yeah.
till now. So I couldn't tell anybody. So I thought, okay, I have done a police. I went to police. It doesn't work. They know nothing. We cannot have any help from them. We know now. I know now that it's the bad guys, like Secret Service guys. I know from like George Green, whistleblower, that they want to nuke us. They want to kill billions. I knew from Lindsey Williams, Pastor Lindsey Williams, that
Mm-hmm.
he met them in Bahamas. Of course, the New World Order is real. They want to kill us. I knew from Rima Leibow. Also, she met as a medical doctor a patient who happened to tell her that this patient, it was something like 2003, years 2003, told her as the head of state that they are planning to kill billions. So it was several whistleblowers. Like I have a more picture. This is not one person with delusion who's saying
Yeah,
there
delusional
are
person.
many. And I was searching it's a hurry. This is not. So I decided when I saw it, okay, billions of people are supposed to be murdered by New World Order. New World Order are a lot of Secret Service guys. I have checked like Rothschild. He, like father of Jacob Rothschild, was MI5 Secret Service. So these Illuminati guys are Secret Service guys, and they have prepared, and now they will do just the job to kill us.
Okay.
And in that I was like thinking, okay, I don't have children. I will risk maximum. I will take security as much as possible. I will, for example, not go to hairdresser anymore because I must take care of other people.
Right.
I will risk maximum, but not be foolish. I will attack Rothschild. I believe that Evelyn Rothschild was number one. So I was attacking him, sending like emails to police. I learned Illuminati language, and by that I learned that on MSN.com here in Czech Republic, I guess in your country, they are communicating with each other. Illuminati, they have a language which you don't understand, and so that I can see when, for example, the president or prime minister of China was here in Czech Republic together with foreign minister, and the number 2 Lee family, Illuminati family Lee, was in Washington, and there were some talks about nuclear power and so nuclear.
Yeah, I recall that.
I saw, as any of these Illuminati people here in Czech Republic, I saw on Czech television clearly in Illuminati language that they are going to nuke Prague, or they are going to kill actually the Chinese, the two of three top guys. The second, the Illuminati, was in Washington, so he would take over, and a country with 1.3 billion people, or how many Chinese are now.
Yeah, roughly about that, right?
Be directly in leadership of an Illuminati criminal. He of course knew. So I saw here on Czech television in Illuminati language that they are going to nuke Prague, and they are going to kill, of course, or harm these two.
Right.
Here, and they were clearly showing the Czech television that the number 1 will take over. And so I checked the chief of Czech television, Petr Dvořák, and he was in United States, so he has got education in this language to like provoke Third World War. You see that he is on television, or television speaking, like some military guy is speaking about that whole country, whole Czech Republic can mobilize, that all people almost can get like soldiers. When I was stopping a nuclear false flag on also, I can describe one nuclear false flag. The first false flag I was stopping bigger was this top secret Operation Independence on 4th of July 2013. United States would get into Nazi system.
Okay.
I absolutely no doubt about it. The next one was nuclear, and they would hit 1st of October 2013.
Mm-hmm.
They would hit a Long Beach military naval base in California by a hydrogen bomb, and this bomb was originally a Soviet bomb, so that they would accuse China. But what I have seen in this, the 6th of September 2013, they, here on Czech television, I could see like news about that they are sending capsule, unmanned capsule to the moon to take pictures of the moon.
Yes.
In this capsule was this nuclear bomb. This capsule, its name was LADEE. It's like androgenic name, lad, boy, e, girl, and they are androgynous, like well, the forces behind.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
what I could see was that the same day, in the politician in Great Britain have done something specific, that the people, they would have draft of all people. The
Right.
same day. In the United States, the same thing on 6th of September 2013, the same thing, that they would have, like for commoners, common people, draft, military draft. Here in Czech Republic, I could see these days that they were talking also that in case it would be world war or war, the people, we have, the preparedness is so good for they were programming people. And the 6th, I have seen in Illuminati language clearly that in the couples is a Russian, not Russian, but Soviet, old Soviet bomb.
Okay. Yeah. Soviet.
Then also I have seen, and day after day you saw about it, how they are pleasuring themselves. And I also believe that John Kerry was their Illuminati, John Kerry, that
Yes.
he is like trying to get people disarmed, gun control at the same time. And Alex Jones has reported that on the 3rd of September, I believe, that they have removed from military base, Dyess base in northern Texas, nukes, that they shouldn't even do it. It was illegal. The bombs shouldn't be there. That they drove it to, I believe, South Carolina for a make. There is a company, and then to Virginia to launch them. So 3rd of September, these nukes were removed. He was reporting it, and then the LADEE capsule with the hydrogen bomb was launched. And then I was watching the Illuminati language, how happy they were that they will nuke the people. It was so sadistic. And I was watching it, and they would kill Alex Jones and me on 29th of September 2013, before they would hit they show it clearly. And on 27th of September, I was also warned 5 days before, like a military plane went here, very, very, it was very light. It was like loud. It was like, wake me up, don't sleep, you have to.
Okay, yes, I understand.
Yeah,
You have told us about that in the first interview, that
yeah,
you receive some kind of
yeah,
signs that something will happen.
Yeah, but I wanted to say also that people can
Hmm.
check it up that on 6th of September 2013 that these politicians in United States and Great Britain have done something, some applied for military draft common for all people.
Okay, I
So they
understand.
were clearly preparing. Here on Czech television, you could see the same, that there are people here within military, within uh, media, um, secret service also, of course. They are working as one state within other states for themselves to kill
Hmm.
us and keep everything for themselves.
Okay.
So that I wanted to say these like you could see evidence. It's like you know that there was nuclear bomb planned in London on London Olympics. You have the evidence.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
we know it. Have you heard it? Have the normal people heard it on television?
There was nothing on the news like
Yeah.
that.
Should it be or shouldn't it be?
Well, for the sake of the people, it should be.
Of course.
But for the interest of the people in charge, it's no way that the regular person should know about it.
Yeah. So, and what are we going to do about it? I will say just on 27th of September 2013, I
Hmm.
have done so that I have written to several police, like Interpol, and I have written if it happened. I believe that I have written that Evelyn Rothschild is guilty, and so, and they couldn't do it because I have written that 1st of October, a hydrogen bomb will hit, or nuclear bomb, so will
Hmm.
hit this military base, and he is guilty. Illuminati, this one. They couldn't do it because it was on the way there. I don't know what
Okay.
have done it with it, but on 27th of September, I revealed it, and they have stopped it. So
Hmm.
I have learned how to do it. So it became a routine for me to stop nuclear false flags. It was really, it's like now it's like a couple of times per week or more than that because they are rushing before Nibiru. But like when I
Hmm.
started with this in the end of 13, it
Yes.
like 1st of October 2013 was the Long Beach military base, and the second one was 17th of uh, October. So it was
Hmm.
17 days. So the next one was like it wasn't when you know that they were trying to pull two nuclear bombs. Do you believe that they will stop when you know that they want to kill billions of people? Of course, you don't wait. You just wait next one. So every time I have stopped one nuclear bomb, it was this next one was 17.
Of course, of course.
Yeah,
As long as they have it, they will use it
yeah,
at last.
exactly. So next time, okay, it was 17th. I have stopped it. It was on 17th that I have stopped it. I believe I said that it was like the time was short, and so then I learned that every time when I stop it, I have to watch directly the day after because directly after they tell next one. Okay, next one will be in nuclear bomb in Japan in the sea. Okay, it didn't work. I stopped it by revealing it. So next one will, for example, Japan on the island on land. Okay, I stopped it.
Okay,
So
okay.
I have learned whole time. Okay, somebody says do that nuclear bomb there. I check it, evaluate it, and stop it by revealing it. And because I believe whole time that by then that it's Evelyn Rothschild. It's quite close because he's almost next. So I believe that it is him.
Mhm.
I knew that there is a person. It was so that I opened my computer. It was a Google, and there were like the death and a person with like two people playing shack, and one of them is death.
Okay, okay, I understand.
And I went and took pictures of it because I felt it's like I am playing shack with somebody. I
Yes,
felt
that
so.
was my first thought, that it's you are like playing chess with
Yeah,
these people, and
and
if they make one move and you predict it, and
yeah,
you
yeah,
don't allow them to make the next one, then they
yeah,
have to think longer to fix the next move, and you still can predict that.
yeah. And what happened while I was taking the pictures, suddenly my phone is ringing. So I go to the phone, pick it
Yes.
up, and nobody answer, but I hear the background a little bit, and so we sitting there like 1 minute, 2 minutes, and then I go. So those people who are watching me
Yes.
have seen that I'm taking pictures, them, and they probably wanted to say, "Yeah, you are playing chess with." By the time I believe more that they mean that I am playing chess with for my life. But
Mhm.
later I understood more and more that we are playing shack
Mhm.
for lives of 7 billion people, and it's a big responsibility.
It is right.
And so I have to be cautious not to be killed. Like I have to handle this somehow. I couldn't have any help from the police, and on the contrary, police wanted to kill me.
Mhm.
I have clear evidence. So and here local police here. So like that we have continued, and I was sorry. Okay, I have to try to survive as long as possible for the other people, but I am risking maximum
Mhm.
because I know no doubt that they want to kill billions, and we continue like that. Like then every week I learn more about the language, more the nuances. Now it's not so easy to see it in msn.com, for example. Tomorrow probably they want to open the Stargate, Hoover Dam, Hoover Dam
Mhm.
by
Yeah.
this bomb from CERN. I can see it. I will watch it more than and evaluate it. But so now it's not so obvious as it was in 2013 when I have learned, because they know that more people than I maybe are checking, under, understand that there is something that they use a language,
Okay. Okay.
parallel,
So
parallel language, and
so
then
you are implying that they know that you understand how
yeah,
they communicate.
yeah, and they have to, their religion or ethics is that they have to inform me. So they have to inform me where I watch. So when I was watching, for example, Paul Begley, it's a satanic. He says that he's a Christian pastor, but in fact he is close to the head of Illuminati, or he's working for the head of Illuminati. So
Mm-hmm.
they send like messages to this Paul Begley, so they would put, so he would put in his channel, so I could get the information also, because they have to inform. It's their ethics, and then it's
Okay.
our problem if we don't react and billions people will be killed. I have
Mm-hmm.
to react, so I have to be wake up to say 5 in the morning. If there is a false flag, I have to evaluate this. So, but what I want to say that in 2014 I didn't know who is the head of Illuminati.
Yeah.
Now I understand it's only one person who calls the shots. They are not five or so. The decision goes so quickly.
So
So only
it's
one
like
person.
within the kingdom, right? There is
Yeah.
only one, the
And
most important person.
yeah, and I believe that it was Evelyn Rothschild. I was attacking him heavily, Evelyn Rothschild, and suddenly I see on MSN.com and funny message. I understand it was a message like to me or about it, that was like, he's old, let him be, don't attack him so much anymore. So I understood, okay, he's not the boss. The guy who is the real boss must be number one, much younger.
Mm-hmm.
It was, you are attacking our number one in Great Britain, so he's probably not from Great Britain. So I
Okay.
was studying, I understood I have to check up who is the person. At the same time, almost, uh, um, what's his name? Ben Fulford in Tokyo. Ben
Okay.
Fulford News says, yeah, and it was the Bilderberg group meeting in Denmark, and the boss, no, and William Van Down was there. Who is William Van Down? So I was trying to check up even how do you spell the name or so.
Exactly, because you don't know that name. It doesn't
Yeah,
show in any
just found out.
papers or anything.
Yeah. So I was checking, and suddenly I see Fritz Springmeier
Mm-hmm.
for the first time. And Fritz Springmeier had written something about King of the World, William Van Down, and Van
Mm-hmm.
Down family, and that it's very secretive. And so I've got the guy.
Okay, yeah. Well, if it shows that he is the most important.
You know, he's watching everything, so I laugh because he will see this, of course. And
Mhm.
it's William Van Down. He's the boss over Hollywood, music industry, Secret Service, and this all. And I found out in 2014, and he
Yeah.
understood that since that it's a way of communication. He
Mm-hmm.
he communicates big way. You have no idea that it's his word.
Mm-hmm.
Songs, many songs in like these satanic singers. It's expression of William's thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
So if Kesha is like singing "I am cannibal,"
Yeah.
it's William who is the cannibal, really.
I understand, right.
Yeah. Or if what's her name? Katy Perry.
Yes, I have
She's,
done material about her.
yeah, the swish from some SNL. It's a message to me actually.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Her clothes is black and white Freemason Antichrist sign.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's words of William Van Down.
I believe there is material about that on the Ripsonar
Yeah,
channel.
yeah, I don't know. And also then Taylor Swift, something like "Look what you made me do."
Mm-hmm.
And before I believe he was referring to the murder of a Swedish journalist, Kim Wall, like wall.
Okay.
They kill her. So, but anyway, what I was trying to say that since 2013, here in my room, I knew that I am playing Chuck with somebody, which is then turn up William Van Down. We are playing Chuck, we
Mm-hmm.
two, over lives of 7 billion people. Nobody know me, and it was also a little bit quite dangerous because the way like the Czech Secret Service and police tried to kill me
Yeah.
it was very easy for them. Um, Nobody knew me, so if I would be killed, so uh, yeah. So I was thinking, what can I do so that something will happen? These people will get punished, we can first stop this.
Yeah.
So it was why I took contact with Olle Dammegård. He was here with his friends and wife in the end of 2015. I told him about that we would do conference, and I tried to reach to the people within this community like you.
Yes.
And like help as much as I could. So I started from illusion to reality, and it's why it's quite broad, like to get the whole picture. Because
Yes,
if
because there are so many aspects of it, so many topics.
and if you don't know or reject one of them, you don't understand how we can save us. You don't
Yeah.
understand that. You don't have the clue, because what they wanted to do, William Van Down is the Antichrist. Why is he or Antichrist? Like for us, let's say the boss of the Nazi totalitarian Nazi Reich, like uh, Adolf Hitler was just a puppet of theirs, but William is the real thing. Why they keep him so secret, and this bloodline of Van Down is so secretive, is because in the Bible they want to fool us by the Bible. In the Bible, about the second coming is that Jesus will come as a thief at night suddenly. Nobody
Yeah.
knows him. Suddenly, everybody knows him.
Okay.
So it was why this total secrecy with this Van Down bloodline, probably, and William, and so that nobody should know, even though he was maybe not now, but he was the most powerful man in the world. He became chief of or head of Illuminati 2009. I believe that the false flag in Apelsdorf in the Netherlands, the
Yeah.
30th of April 2009, it was probably somewhere there that they killed 8 people, or at least they said that they killed 8 people were killed, clearly Illuminati. And I believe it was a sacrifice for when William Van Down became the head of Illuminati.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
he
Okay.
was, I mean, still, if I would say today I would say he is definitely one of 5 most powerful people in the world.
Okay.
And I would say before this midnight, all police, their duty is to arrest him if they still refuse. So no salary to the police, no nothing. I mean, the man is extremely dangerous. He wants to kill 7 billion people. What are we waiting for? People like me. I
Yeah.
have been written about it, like repeatedly. Arrest William Van Down, arrest William Van Down, arrest William Van Down. Because I just repeat, and I have the evidence that Secret Service in Sweden have got this. Attorney General in Sweden got it. I have the papers, done nothing, and tomorrow maybe they open the Stargate and we are done. So what are we doing? So what I was thinking more about, like, competent person. If I say competent person of 18 years of age,
Yeah.
if would do anything, like within politician, within military, police, if you don't know that there is a Nazi system in the world attacking others, you cannot get any money for doing anything, because you you are not good enough, you are not competent enough.
Mm-hmm.
So if we would have like competent person, then what it is, the definition, to turn it around, and people's international tribunal of justice, like to get the false flags 9/11 and so it didn't work with the
Yeah.
ordinary lawyers, and so why are we going to wait that they will do it? No, we take their salary back, the people back, the money back, because
Mm-hmm.
they have used money for like food and everything, and
Okay.
they didn't give back the like justice and so
Okay.
take everything.
So if the police doesn't protect us, then they should be not funded by us, right? So they should give back our taxes.
And not only like for the future that we
Mm-hmm.
will cut it back. They have to
Okay.
pay back and take away all the debt.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
What kind of justice is it that there is a newborn baby that you directly say it's guilty of paying 200,000 of some money
Mm-hmm.
as a state debt, and it's like rising more and more, and here is some judge in the Supreme Court
Yeah.
in the United States who is sitting there like 9/11 was a clearly false flag, and the like security after that, what it cost, we wouldn't have, or United States wouldn't have Department of Homeland Security, which was started after 9/11.
Exactly.
The checks, the controls at the airports, how many people have you had fed them like during the first 20 years or 25 years of their age to do something for others, and then
Right.
they are standing there in the airport and checking other people if they have security. And
Mm-hmm.
all this was provoked by Secret Service. And
Exactly.
so like journalists, okay, what have they done for others? What have they given back? Now I'm speaking about this and this and that, but like I believe we are getting the whole picture
Yeah.
of the problem, many of us, and we
Mm-hmm.
have to have like police or and court tribunals
Yeah.
are working for us. They are not doing it now, so we obviously have to make some change so that the law will be restored for the people. Like,
Yeah. Because it should work for our protection.
yeah,
That's the idea.
and it's like the mind control is also, it's so heavy, so
Mm-hmm.
that they are all in all professions you find some bad guys
Of course.
working with. Look at Nobel Peace Prize or Nobel Prize. If you look at the literature prize from previous year and this year,
Mm-hmm.
also it's if you understand previous year, it was Bob Dylan who's got it. He's got, and Bob Dylan, he is a man who openly said that he signed to Satan, and you must understand that who has signed to Satan is Nazist,
Mm-hmm.
because they
Yeah.
are doing Nazi rights, they are killing people. So you go with this for money, for fame, you sign for people who are in the organization of Nazism, of New World Order.
Right.
So they give him a Nobel Prize the same year that um, he has some new album, Fallen Angels, or Fallen, I believe Fallen Angels. It's
Mm-hmm.
deeply satanic Nazis.
Well, the title alone is purely
Yeah,
satanic.
and if I write to you that this year, if you to take literature prize,
Yeah.
so look at the man who's got it. I believe he is in Great Britain. Can you see his initials?
Yes. Okay.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's perfect. It's perfect right now.
Okay, so you can see his initials is I and K.
Okay.
It's symbolic. It's part of the language of Illuminati. I is ninth letter. K, it's 11th letter. 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
And he is originally from Japan. And we believe that the Nibiru flyby will occur in the end of this year, and that Japan will be totally devastated.
I understand, right.
We know it also from one whistleblower that Project Camelot had. And so they are telling, they give it to somebody that you believe that has done something in literature. In fact, they are telling you that the Japanese people and the world, like, it will be 9/11 for us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you have maybe seen this Roman. Can you see it?
Yes, I can see it.
Yeah, 9/11.
9/11, right.
Yeah, and if you see in Security Council, the U.S. American ambassador, her name is Nikki Haley. It's
Mm-hmm.
a like ritualistic or satanic Illuminati language, because her name is Nikki, IKKI, 9/11/11/9, and
Mm-hmm.
Haley, H, is 8th letter, and 8 is the code for New World Order.
Okay.
They are communicating like that. Here in Czech Republic, we have a political party, Top 09, and another one which is Anno 2011. You see 9/11, and these
Okay.
are like the Hegelian dialectic. And if you see for their main word for the election of this top 01,
Mm-hmm.
where is one of most well-known, or an real Illuminati criminal, Karl Schwarzenberg, and he is from Austria but lives in Czech Republic. Illuminati, well-known Illuminati. The keyword that they use for the election is "neuhneme." It's Czech, but I can see directly Noi, New World
Mm-hmm.
Order,
No meaning new.
and Illuminati pyramids,
Mm-hmm.
red and blue. It's like Phoenicians, So they don't tell you, we want to kill you, we are Nazi New World Order like party or criminals,
Yeah.
but they tell you in a way. They have to inform you, but you have to understand. So they are informing you. We are New World Order people.
Okay.
We are criminals. But you must understand also they have like 2/3 of something and 1/3 of something. And if you go back to the fallen angels, 2/3 fought with 1/3 of angels.
Of
Symbolic.
course, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's they're symbolic. So what I want to say, I have worked with this stopping false flags since 4.5 years, and I wanted to do something about it, to cut it off, to stop it, and then to turn it like suddenly
Mm-hmm.
to the right way, to
Mm-hmm.
the from the wrong path, like to the satanic Nazi system, to the right. And I'm only a single person. I understand that many of us work. These stopping of false flags, these big ones, nuclear
Mm-hmm.
false flags, and opening of the CERN Hoover Dam, which is huge false flag. If they would open it, we are done. So, um, so these I have done myself, but I get information from many people, like Dabu77. I check so many people who
Okay, yeah,
give good information, which is really valuable. So, okay, nobody knows me. I'm working with safety of 7 billion people. I know it. If somebody don't believe it, but it doesn't believe it, so okay, but we have to do something about it. And I'm not
of
saying
course.
that I want to have some attention. I don't want to have any attention. I want to be in my garden and work with my garden. But when 7 billion people are in life danger, you have to know what your priorities are.
That's understandable.
I
That's
am medical,
understandable.
I am medical doctor, and I don't care at all that I don't get any money for that. Of course, I'm
Mm-hmm.
losing money. I have to, unfortunately, I have lost quite a lot of money because of the conferences that we have done. And
Yes,
how to do it this way any longer, because it's better to save the money that we have for to do it like maybe better way that we do, especially filming, because it's what matters. When John Moore was here now, the last in July, I
mm-hmm.
believe, I believe almost 80,000 people have seen this lecture in English, or at least some have seen it, several thousand in Czech, maybe some in Polish.
Mm-hmm.
So it has some effect. And next time, if we could speak next time, this time it was like a little bit scatterbrain, and
Mm-hmm.
I told you that I am in process. They are attacking me so heavily legally. So it's so ugly. So they found a mentally ill person who has written something about me, and they use it against me, and say that I haven't paid, I don't know, security and health insurance I have paid. And it takes
Mm-hmm.
so much time to explain that it's nonsense, and so I'm in the middle of a trial or like this. So it it's why it was so scatterbrained. But if we were talking together, Pavel, that maybe next weekend we could
Mm-hmm.
do, and what I would like to speak about next time, uh, about what we could do about it, how we could start a new word order, like took this like first cognitive shift to the right, to
Okay.
from the Nazi system to
So
the
we just pull the world
yeah,
from the bad side to the good
yeah,
side.
yeah, and so that no debt, and like state debt, and principles that are healthy and for justice, real justice, not Nazi justice. Principles like authorities, that you cannot be a leader and take money for being a leader if you don't know this and this and this and this.
Of course, you have to be
And
prepared.
what do you want to contribute with? So taxes, away with it, and we have to like accuse them who has stolen the money, take them back the money for the humanity. So so I would like to talk next time more prepared about how we could do the new rules, the better rules,
Mm-hmm.
and good good rules, and who we could choose as authority, and so
Mm-hmm. Okay.
like more structure, because today, unfortunately, because of this trial, I don't know how much interesting it was.
Well, Alexandra, it was very interesting.
Yeah,
I have listened it very carefully because it was really very full of it was very full of information that was something new to me. Of course, you have touched some aspects that we have spoken previously, but these are very important. So we
yeah,
have to mention them every time we speak,
yeah. And
so people hear it.
I apologize for my bad English, and yeah, next
Your
time.
English is perfect, really.
Thank you, and thank you that you that you talk to me, and for people listen to this who will watch this video.
Yes, it will be published on Ripsonar News channel. So thank you to Ripsonar News for enabling us to talk.
And you are going to translate it to Polish?
It will be text underneath the
Right.
video.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, so that I will have it on my YouTube channel, and anytime somebody would like to translate any of videos from my YouTube channel to other languages, so please, any lectures, anything. So I'm saying to German or anything,
Okay.
so that people can just come forward and help to translate some lectures, and so, because you are only one in Ripsonar News, one translator. So
From English, yes, yes. I believe there are a couple of people, but mainly I do the translations, right?
yeah. So, and I recommend Ripsonar News, of course. And thank you, Pavel, and thank you, Adam.
Thank you very much, Alexandra, on behalf of Adam and myself for taking this opportunity to having this opportunity to speak with you. So thank you very much
Yeah.
and
So
enjoy the day.
enjoy the day, and till next week, next weekend.
Of course, we'll talk next weekend and we'll set up the questions and topics in the meantime.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye bye.
All the best. Thank you. Bye bye.